Welcome to Beyond Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Petrellis, and we are really excited for today's guest. I live in Wilmington. My kids go to school, Wilmington, first grade. But I'm big into following high school sports. Obviously, Beyond Podcast of what we do. And the Wilmington High School football team this year is really putting on a show right now, showing physicality on both sides of the football, starting off one of their best starts in school history in quite a while. Just knocked off undefeated Stoneham. And just some stats here again, just doing averages. I'm basing this off of max preps. I don't know if every score I had was accurate, but averaging defensively 10 points against, offensively 22.1 points. So 22, that's three basically touchdowns a game you guys are averaging. And it seems like you're doing it on the ground. We'll go over some of the statistics here, a little bit. But without further ado, there's six of these guys on screen here, but the captains of the Wilmington High School football team. Guys, welcome to Beyond Podcast.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Thank you for having
absolutely.
us.
So, guys, I started off by saying that you guys are off to a 4-1 start. I want to kick backwards here a little bit gears because, I was a high school football coach for a long time, and one thing that I understand is change, and change can be difficult and change can be tough. And you guys are seniors going into a year that, coaching change. I know how difficult that can be. But as leadership and seeing the success of where you are right now, I do just want to backtrack backwards because I think it's really important that your off season and how important it was and how you guys maybe did sevens or you in the weight room and kind of how you guys as leaders brought this group together even with such a change, and just maybe touch upon that before we really dive into the season, whoever wants to take that.
I'm gonna jump in.
uh
Someone do it. All right, fine. I'll go.
I'll do it.
So coach did a good job of getting us all in the weight room.
yeah
The day he pretty much the week after he got named the starter. I mean, not the starter, the coach.
yeah
He kind of just had a talk with all of us and said we got to get in the weight room, got to get bigger, faster, stronger. And we did morning lifts all through the winter and spring and the summer. And then we did over the summer we did sevens, and we did pretty well. So it was just all that stuff kind of adds up.
Yeah, and the leadership aspect of that I think is really important. And that's kind of what I want to touch upon here. Obviously, we have six captains here, six guys that, the program, the coaching staff, the players, and the team felt like were the leaders of this program. So I know that's such a change in the offseason. But the one thing that I heard in sevens just from other coaches that I know from other programs that are there was that Wilmington was pretty athletic. And talking to your coach, I know mentality of him is ground and pound and run the football and physicality. So when you have a mixture of athleticism and then being able to kind of line up the ball and pound the rock too, that's potent for a dangerous offense. And that's kind of what we've seen here. I mean, just, shifting gears here, I'm looking at points 28, 27, 29, 13, and, obviously 13, 16. I might be a little off here, but you guys score points. I mean, you guys are scoring, like I said, we're averaging 3 touchdowns a game. I mean, for you guys, talk about that mentality a little bit of running the football, and kind of around, I'm noticing it seems like every week it's a little bit different on who's the guy and who's running the ball and who's making plays. But what is true is that you guys can run the football, and that starts with the old line, and that starts kind of with the guys up front. Talk about that this year, being able to run the football as well as you have.
Yeah, I think the O line definitely got 10 and yeah, they just hit way hard and the holes are way bigger. And we have three really good backs this year. One of them's out right now, but we hit the hole hard, and that's why we run it.
Any old line guys on here?
Yeah, three of them.
All right, let's hear from you guys. I mean, obviously, pat yourselves on the back here a little bit. The numbers are the numbers, and I'm going to say them in a second, but they are very impressive.
I don't play much offense, but I think it's more of a culture change than anything. We're just more tough, more willing to hit people, and it kind of shows in our game.
Yeah, I think being in the weight room, as much as we were in the off season, and then having everybody start a lot not necessarily start last year, the young players, but come back this year, more experience was nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's really important in the sense of that's an identity to have. Like, if you're a team that can run the football especially later in the season when it gets colder and the elements are a little bit different. That makes for a dangerous team. And as I'm kind of just going to read these numbers here, this first stat is what I find the most impressive is that you guys average 6.28, so we'll call it 6.3 yards per carry. I mean, for an offense that is, I mean, when you see the points you guys score, I mean, being able to run the ball on first down for 6 yards, and your playbook is now second and third down of getting 4 yards, your second down is wide open. If you want to take a shot down the field, you could do it. If you wanted to do something quick, you could do it. Like, if you want to just continue pounding the rock, you can. Like, your playbook is so much more wide open. I don't know if you guys were aware of that stat or understand that stat, but I mean, God, you guys are averaging more than half of a first down per carry. I mean, that's really impressive. Did you guys know that? Is that a stat you kind of knew was something like that, or?
No.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of wild. I mean, if I'm being totally honest, that's I've never really kind of heard of that in the sense of that consistency. That's pretty good. And again, here I just have the numbers here: 138 attempts, 867 yards, 8 rushing touchdowns. Yeah, pretty impressive. I mean, you guys obviously can run the football, and then obviously what I see on social media. I mean, you guys are covered very well, and we can talk into that a little bit, how cool that is. But I can see that you guys can throw the ball down the field when you need to, and if you guys need to throw the ball and make a play, and it seemed like last game you kind of hit one big, small play that turned into a big play. I mean, talk about that a little bit. You guys are seem to kind of be on cruise control a little bit. Not, I'm sure you want plays back and series back, but offensively, you kind of imposing your will a little bit on guys being able to run the football.
Oh yeah, allows like guys like me and Pat to get open down the field when we're able to run the ball as efficiently as we are. So it gives us better opportunities to get down the field, make big plays happen.
Do you guys consider yourself like a big play action team based off of that? I mean, do you guys seem like your bigger pass plays or go-to plays in that sense is being able to kind of play off the fact that you can run the ball and team load the boxes a little bit?
Yeah, a lot of our pick on linebackers taking wrong steps, things like that.
All right, so a lot of it's based off of making sure someone makes the wrong read or does the wrong thing. Makes sense. Yeah, and then I want to kind of flip to the other side of the football. I'm more of a defensive guy, I was a defensive coordinator, and I look outside of your loss. You lit up at 6 points. I mean, it's just a touchdown a game, and some of those might have came late, or some of those might have came at like insignificant times, or maybe early in the game, and you adjusted and kind of shut down after that. But that's pretty impressive. I mean, obviously, we talked about your ability to run the football and score points, but on the other side of the football, you're letting up one score a game. I mean, you're all you're doing is asking your offense to score once and kick an extra point. I mean, that's the average right now that you're letting up. I mean, talk about that change on defense. Is it physicality? You guys mentioned culture. I mean, where do you attest that change to?
Yeah, the coaching change was definitely like a big factor in it, the cultural change. Because last year it just felt like we were kind of like almost like timid to hit, and like this year, like everyone's just like flying to the ball, just because we have a mentality just like 11 to the ball. That's kind of our like defensive mindset, and our coaches kind of like established that from like day one, so it's helped a lot.
Film study wise, you guys are, I mean, obviously looking at film and watching film. Obviously, you do that under previous coaches or whatever. But for you, is there more of an onus on it? You pay attention to different things? Are you kind of playing a little bit now and being a senior and seeing things maybe a second or third time? How much has that kind of affected the program and been in your program as far as being able to be prepared Friday nights?
Yeah, we watch film pretty much every day. So
I was gonna say.
Um,
All right, good.
yeah, last year we watched it like once a week, but now we watch it every single day. And um, I think most of what we do on Friday night is honestly from our film, just because if you know what a team's gonna do, you have the advantage like already, and then it shows on Fridays.
Do you guys consider yourself more? I mean, here we are, get 60 here. I mean, how many would say you guys are more offensive minded as far as you think the team this year is more that way, or how many people here are more defensive guys being more of taking pride in the shutting down of teams? Where do we kind of stand with that?
I love offense, and last year I would be the opposite. But this year, honestly, we're a big defense team.
Yeah, I
And
think
Defense.
we embrace the defense culture. I think
yeah,
all six of us play on defense, so it's definitely a unit that like we have a lot of pride in, and we want to be the best.
Now, are you molding week to week, kind of based off of what you're seeing? Or what, I mean, base front wise, what kind of are you guys?
Kind of a 4-4 always. Don't really switch it that much.
Okay.
Obviously, the double wing change it up a little bit, but
Yeah.
we kind of make teams adapt to us because we've been playing physical, and when you tackle, that's all you kind of need to do.
So the speed on defense, you kind of would say we could all agree is kind of just picked up this year. And a lot of that is based off of maybe coaching, maybe knowledge, maybe film study, kind of maybe a mix of everything else. Were you guys all playing last year, significant time last year when you guys um, okay. So you guys all kind of came back and played a lot. Um, let's jump into Stoneham a little bit. I mean, I was really interested in the matchup with you guys because, I know a team that played them earlier in the season, and I've seen you guys both play, and I felt like you guys were very comparable. So when I saw their score, and I go, God, Wilmington, I think could match up with them. And then to kind of see it play out on social media and kind of paying attention to your coverage. And defensively too, a big shutdown. I mean, that stuff I love, especially against double tight, double wing, being able to kind of follow the guards and make a play. I mean, it's great. Talk about that. I mean, talk about that moment because I remember covering you guys at my first year. I think I lived in Wilmington. I went to a game, and I think that was the last time you guys might have beat Stoneham and Stoneham. But that was really impressive to see what you guys did, and obviously a difference a year makes and playing that program. I mean, talk about that win for you guys and what that meant to you as a senior class.
That one, like for me, like it really meant a lot to us, just because how much we've kind of been embarrassed by Stone this past few years, I could say. But like, I just feel like going into it, like the coaches really made us, think very highly of ourselves, which I think helps a lot. I go in with a lot of confidence.
Anybody want to add to that?
Yeah, we were. This is our fourth facing him now. So this year, last chance, it was a big win, and also we didn't have to hear their win song. Hey, babe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Okay, I heard that. Yeah, I mean that's a huge win. When I saw that, I go, God, man, you guys are something. Like I said, I usually text with your coach like every Saturday morning. We're kind of texting, and you guys are probably just in film or getting the film. But yeah, like I said, the ability to run the football and be able to play defense, physicality wise, like I saw you guys play against Burlington, very physical. Is God, that's a tough team. You guys talk about the aspirations of making the playoffs. I mean, you guys are, putting yourselves in a good position to be there. I mean, for you, that's obviously one of the many goals or many of the boxes that you guys are hoping to check off or what your goals were before the season starts. But talk about that first step as far as being able to say, hey, we can make it there. We're both there. Let's keep going and maybe get a game out of this.
Oh yeah, I think everyone wants to make the playoffs. Like that was one of our goals, but we realized we play in like one of the hardest leagues, so we're kind of just trying to take it week by week, not looking too far ahead, trying to get that league title first.
Yeah. I mean, it's a huge step in obviously that direction and beating Stoneham and doing that. You guys got Wakefield this week. One thing that I've always been impressed with in coverage that we've done in Wilmington the years that we've kind of been there and doing it is a home game there. I mean, your student section's wild. The band's out of control. You guys always just kind of every time I'm there, it's a great game. You guys are playing someone. It's a physical football game. You can hear the pads from the stands, and that's when you know it's good. It's a good, tough game. But the culture there is awesome. I mean, talk about a home game coming into this 4-1. What it's going to mean for you guys playing Wakefield.
Well, with Wakefield being senior night, it's going to be a packed house, and the student section does a really good job. They've kind of incorporated this new thing with every home game that, like when we come out for the second half kickoff, they throw powder up in the air, matching the theme. So a couple of our buddies started that. So it's just a cool tradition. The band's always been really good. So just a cool experience to get to play on Friday nights.
Is the vibe in school different? Like, I mean, think about the other years that you guys have played. You guys are starting off very successful. And even the game you lose, it's an undefeated football team that you guys, the score was not what the game was that entire game. I mean, for you guys, do you feel like there's a little bit of a buzz around the school with the football season kicking off so well?
Yeah, kids are actually excited to go to the games now. Kids, our friends, they're like the leaders of the student section. They'll have like body paint on and stuff. It's kind of wild.
Yeah. You guys got a pretty good concession stand too. We graded you guys concession stand a few years back when we were doing like the find the best one in high school football. I think you guys came in third place. You guys weren't bad. Um, we knocked points off because the kids were wild in line. Like kids were just like knocking stuff over. Some young kids were being like rude to the moms, and we were like, "What is going on here?" But not a bad concession stand at all. Talk about team wise. I mean, obviously you're successful. You guys were a big part of the squad last year, leaders this year, and obviously being captains and leading by example. But are there kind of some dogs like on this team a little bit? Kids who have stepped up this year, kids who kind of came out of nowhere, someone who put work in the off season and it's kind of showing in season. Is there anyone here? Maybe it's some guys that are on screen right here, but anybody that stands out, anybody that we want to shout out, anyone we want to mention that's having themselves a season a little bit this year?
I'd like to shout out Julian Martins. He's in now, but when he was those 2-3 games, he was doing really, really good. He was first running back.
Adam Valise is a guy who like last year kind of like maybe flew under the radar and didn't play every game on the offensive line. Now he's been maybe our best offensive lineman in the first couple games, so he's been playing unbelievable.
Theo Bryson, he's a tough kid, plays defense. Yeah, he's been making plays. I think he has like 4 sacks now. So.
And as you say some of these names, were these guys you expected to kind of jump in and make some noise, or were some of these guys, like you said, flew under the radar and didn't maybe expect to pop out the way they have?
Yeah, well, Julian actually almost didn't play this year. So he was like very grand. We were in for a while, and then we like talked to it, and then he played, and he loves it.
Yeah, Adam. Like I think everyone we saw him putting in the work in the weight room. He probably put on the most weight muscle in the off season. Like no one worked harder than him, I think. So I kind of saw it coming almost like this game, but I mean this season. But it's definitely a cool thing for him.
I mean, you guys obviously, yeah. I mean, that kind of happens. I mean, every season, especially with good teams, kids pop up that play positions that you maybe didn't know who was going to play an end or play a tackle, or one technique or a 3 technique, and now all of a sudden, is a kid who's gotten stronger in the weight room, was kind of bought into it, maybe just kind of stepped in and played well. So that's great. Social media coverage wise, I mean, I'm pretty impressed with what Wilmington Public Access does. I think Colin, I was kind of watching your video that was made a little bit of you at Stoneham having yourself a game. I mean, talk about that stuff for you guys. I mean, this is kind of what we do. I mean, that's what Beyond's business is. But for you guys to have that locally and to kind of see that at your games and capturing these moments and being able to have them for a very long time. I mean, talk about how cool that's been for you guys over the last few years of having that.
Yeah, it's a cool thing when you get to when you make a big play, you kind of go home wondering like when's the reel going to come out, when do we get to see it? So really cool.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I'd say it's been pretty awesome. Like just being able to look back from past years, just all the different things we've been through as a team and stuff. It's been really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is a cool way to document. And like I said, you guys probably appreciate it now, but you appreciate even more so as it goes. Coaching staff wise, obviously we talked about your coaching staff being new. Who's the scariest coach? Who's a coach on staff that you're like, God, if this coach is mad, like I want to be on the other side of it. I don't want to be nowhere near it. Who's the most terrifying coach on staff?
Definitely Coach Sullivan.
Coach
Yeah.
Sullivan.
Sullivan.
number one.
All right, who's Coach Sullivan? Tell me who is
O
that?
line coach.
Okay.
O-line
Did he
and
coach at
O-line.
Merrimack? Is that your coach who coached at Merrimack?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I want to hear it. Let's hear it. Old school. Okay.
Well, he does O-line and linebackers, and he calls the defense, and he's just like he's a little not weird, but he definitely has his own ways of getting to you, and he's out there getting stances and driving people towards back, and I think he goes after Noah a little bit, so
It could be like,
it'd be funny.
He's an active guy.
I mean, talk about that because that's obviously, I mean, that's a culture change in itself. Like having that, I mean, but as much as you guys giggle and laugh about it, I mean, he calls your defense. I mean, I statistically mentioned those numbers. You guys are pounding the rock. I mean, he's statistically he's the guy who's kind of, talks about teaching you guys how to block it. So, as crazy as he might seem and scary, right? I mean, he's pretty effective in what he does. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's very fair to say because like sometimes when he calls a deal, he'll like send a play, and, like you jump into the hole and the ball's right there. He's just like very smart with his plays and stuff.
Yeah, he just sees it. I mean, plays coach the collegiate level. That game is even faster, so he can see it slows down for him. Let me just look here. Music wise, what type of music you guys coming out to? A certain type of music you listen to as a team, or is that kind of more individual? You guys put on pods to listen. What type of music, guys, are you?
In the locker room, it's kind of always a new guy on the speaker. I think the last couple of weeks, I think it's been a freshman on the speaker. So it's definitely I don't know. I don't think we're that like strict or weird about it, but I don't know. What's the song we run out to? I don't remember.
Hell's bells.
So that's like old school. I mean, your coach is kind of old school in that sense. I mean, a lot of your coaches in that sense are very old school. I could see that. Did you guys run out of that? Did you run out of that inflatable? I kind of came to your game a few minutes late in the first quarter, but you run out of that big inflatable too, or is that more a youth thing?
Yeah, we ran out.
Yeah, that thing's awesome. Okay, I'm glad you guys too, because every video I see, I just always see the youth kids. I'm like, these guys gotta run out of this thing too. That's great. I mean, is that something different? Did you guys run out of that before or no?
No.
No, never.
No, I mean that's cool. That's a real cool entrance. I know you guys don't get to enjoy it as much. Obviously, you're playing, but I'm sure you hear it. I'm sure it's in the air. The band. I mean, the band's pretty awesome. The games that we've come to. Do you hear like if you hear like a certain beat or something that's going off in the band? Do you guys like hear it as you're playing? Do you get like a little juiced up about it, or are you kind of just like too zoned in that you don't even hear it?
Yeah, no. In warm ups, right before we go in, they play this one song, and when I'm running inside, I'm always like singing it in my head. And I guess
Wait, what are the words? I didn't know there was words.
Yeah, I just know how it goes. Like I just know like the tune.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets me dialed though, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, it's incredible. I mean, the baddest band in the land. That's what the coach had told me when we came and covered. I was like, that's awesome. But I mean, that's such a great atmosphere. And obviously, I think they did what they do. You guys end zones over or something like that. Is that what they
The
did?
whole field.
The whole field. Yeah. So you guys, I mean, the field's brand new, obviously, and then especially winning. Winning brings a lot of people. I mean, the youth you kind of see. Just even kids like walking around with their jerseys or have the youth kids having their jerseys on. I mean, there's a sense of pride that's really cool. Do you guys kind of soak that in a little bit? Obviously, the football season's been a little different this season than maybe it has in past seasons. Like seeing how many people were at this game, the crowd, how the atmosphere was big, to see the success you're having. I mean, do you guys feel like, man, we've kind of steered this program into a direction that we really like right now?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like a pride thing. I think all of us want to leave this place better than we found it, leave Wilmington. So I think it's a cool opportunity for us to get kids coming back to the high school through football or just through kind of any means possible. So we kind of try to do our best to get kids kind of coming back or kids wanting to come to the high school.
How many of you guys are multiple sport guys? How many of you play something outside of football here? What do you guys play? Just like shoot it out.
Blacks.
Lacrosse.
Basketball.
So
I
you
play
guys are
hockey.
you guys are involved in some major sports across so on. Like for you guys, talk about how important that is because like this is a big debate that we have on this podcast a lot, and whether I'm talking to coaches, athletic directors, or athletes themselves, and we talk about the idea of playing multiple sports and kind of being. Putting yourselves in those positions of being competitive and making mental choices and, putting yourself in positions of leadership. I mean, for you guys, talk about the idea of playing multiple sports for you and maybe how much that's helped you just in your football careers since we're talking about that. Whoever.
I'd say it kind of helps because it kind of like keeps you moving throughout the whole year. So you're not like kind of like you're not really like rusty getting back to either football season or basketball or lacrosse season.
Yeah.
It also keeps you entertained because like football is definitely my main sport, but I love big time.
Yeah, I think it's a good tool to just make you a better person, better leader. So I think it's a good opportunity to like just grow as a person.
Anybody you guys able to like you play other sports? Were you able to convince anybody in your other sports to jump on board like for football for this season? You get people that didn't play last year that are playing this year.
Ink.
We got Jr. and Josh Burton signed up.
And how much do these guys contribute as far as what they do?
They might not be on the field like a ton on Fridays, but like during the week, like Jr. has been kind of putting on a show for the scout team, and he's been doing a great job at tight end. So
Yeah. Hey.
Kickoff.
Yeah,
thank
he's
you,
on
Coffee.
There's a big special teams guy.
I mean, talk about special teams for you guys because, like, we talked about you offensive, defensively, but like, I looked at the game against Arlington Catholic, and to me, it seemed like you returned punts and kickoffs for touchdowns, and special teams was a huge part of that. I mean, talk about that aspect of your game. Do a lot of you guys play special teams? Is that your breather, or are you guys like, I'm not coming off the field, I'm on there for everything?
Yeah, for all of them. And honestly, special teams is one of the biggest parts of the game. One of the most important plays. Like, and we all know because of our coaches that it's not a playoff. So that's why.
Yeah, I mean, when I coached, God, I mean, even when I was like a coordinator, punt and kickoff were like the two that I wanted because those are two game changers. Like if you can pin a team deep, as far as kickoff goes, and even on punt, like being able to kind of like, pin teams inside the 20 is real important. But you guys returning kicks, returning kickoffs, returning punts, it just seems like all phases of the game you guys are playing really well. Last thing I'll say, we kind of talked about this already with playing Wakefield. I mean, talk about the rest of this season for you guys right now. Obviously, you're off to a 4-1 start. The Middlesex, League is one of the best in all sports, but specifically football. Week after week, you're playing a team who's potentially could be a league champion. I mean, talk about now kind of running the grunt of your schedule a little bit, the second half of the season, and maybe what you guys' expectations are for yourselves.
I think Burlington was kind of like an eye opener. It was our first league game. There's opportunities for us to realize like we can't turn the ball over. We got to hold on to the ball. Like that's what killed us really in Burlington. We had 3 or 4 like on really forced turnovers, and kind of just showed us like to play winning football in the Middlesex. You can't turn the ball over. So going forward for the rest of the season, I think just want to hold on to the ball. And kind of just take it game by game, week by week, and not look too far ahead.
Anybody else want to add to that?
I think we're a good enough team to beat anyone in the league. So.
Anyone else? Well, I appreciate you guys coming on here today. And again, what I'm kind of most impressed with is you guys' ability to really run the football. I mean, whatever you guys are doing as far as practice goes and, film watching, just continue to do that because late in the season in the cold, teams don't want to play against teams that are going to line up. I mean, when I did the average out, you guys are averaging about 27, 28, rushing attempts on the ground. I mean, that's, it's a lot of plays. That's a lot of plays of pounding the football, whether it's for big yardage, like we said, you're averaging 6.2 yards a carry, 6.3 rounding up. I mean, that's pretty impressive. That's putting yourselves in a great position. So continuing to do that's going to be great. But obviously, you guys are running a tough part of your schedule right now, and I think you guys can play with anybody. I've seen you guys play. I saw you play against Burlington, and man, a couple things go the other way, or a couple plays that happened that were there that didn't. The game's the other way. So keep going. That team's undefeated for a reason. That's a very good football team too, and you guys are going to be a tough beat. So I know you got the next couple at home, or you got a few at home coming up. Continue to play well. Continue to take the coaching, and yeah, I see big things for you guys, especially making the playoffs and going from there. So keep it going, and I appreciate your guys' time here coming on here today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, guys, this is this is episode 207, so we're kind of flying. We just taped episode 200, so checking we'll be dropping that very soon. But thank these guys from Wilmington today. Keep it up, fellas, and we'll be in touch. All right. I'm your host, Anthony Petrellis. Till next time.